Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel on this Monday afternoon. What is today's date, man? Monday, April 17th, 2017. This is, of course, the #1 podcast in your subscription boxes right here on YouTube.com. Off the Script. This is episode 165, part number 3, which I did not upload yesterday. You guys are getting part number 3 right before Monday Night Raw. So enjoy yourselves now, because Monday Night Raw is going to be on your televisions, and then we'll be sleeping by 9 o'clock. So don't worry about it. I got your entertainment covered for the next hour. This is Off the Script, man. Thank you guys so much. I want to thank everybody for reaching out to me during the weekend. I want to thank everybody for your continued support of this show. That's the most important thing to me. I just got off the phone with Eric Bischoff. Yes, Eric Bischoff. And it was a beautiful conversation. And we discussed everything from the YouTube boycott right now and what his vision is for just the next direction with everything. And he, along with many of his partners, are starting a network for indie wrestling, for audio podcasting, and it's going to be a big thing because when Eric Bischoff's behind it, just the business mentality that he is, you know it's going to be fucking great. I got off the phone with him, and he reached out to me this morning via DM, and we exchanged, well, I gave him my phone number. He called me just an hour ago, and we discussed everything from having Off the Script be on his new podcasting wrestling network. And this is irwnetwork.com. I am going to be working alongside Eric Bischoff in getting Off the Script on his platform. What you guys see here on YouTube is not going to change. What you guys see every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, God willing, the YouTube boycott ends and we can get back to resuming normal business activities where I actually feel good about what I'm uploading and receiving no monetary gain from it. I don't like it. It sucks. I love doing this, and I'm going to upload it no matter what because my goal ultimately is to hit 100,000 subscribers, but I would also like to be paid for the time I put into this as well. So you guys hopefully understand that. But the IRW network is going to be a new home for Off the Script. And right now, if you guys sign up to check out the service to see what it is going to be about, they got the website. I believe they have an app or will have an app. It's going to be a complete hub for everything you guys want out of indie wrestling and podcasting and news and rumors and all this stuff, man. It's going to be your go-to. It's like the WWE network for everything that's not going to be on the WWE network. So I'm going to try my best to get House of Glory on there, and obviously Off the Script is going to be on there. And this is a great opportunity for me. He tweeted out that this project is coming, and he even made mention of the feedback that he just got based off my tweet to him. And you guys blew it up, man. It was like almost 400 likes. And it really makes me proud to know that I have the support that I do here on this platform. I don't know what we're going to do. Like I said, you guys can sign up to test the service out. It's in its beta phase right now, up until June 1st. Nothing will be changing with Off the Script here. Nothing. I promise you. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're going to get the same show you've been getting for the last 165 episodes, barring anything happening. What we're going to do on the IRW network is we're going to completely reinvent ourselves. There's going to be a newer version of Off the Script on there. Something that's going to be completely done specifically for that, so that you guys are going to have even more content from me coming. This will be a paid subscription. It's absolutely not going to break the bank. It's not going to break the bank whatsoever. You sign up for whatever the fee is going to be, $199, $299. I think the most expensive thing on there is $399. And you're going to sign up, and it's going to be a monthly subscription, and you're going to listen. Each and every time I want to upload, I'll upload something off there. I might move the off-the-script extras over there instead of putting them on YouTube. I don't know yet. I might specifically move my NXT and my Lucha Underground reviews over there, being that they really don't do too well on YouTube. You know, in the range of 6,000 to 8,000 views. I don't make a lot off that. So if you guys are interested in that, I mean, who wouldn't be interested in NXT, especially with what's coming up now? I just have a very good feeling about where they're going direction-wise with the brand. I might move that stuff over there. I might develop a whole new podcast. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm very excited that he reached out to me. It was just awesome to hear his voice over the phone and have him call me. And hopefully things really get off the ground and we can take this brand and this show and me to the next level, because that's ultimately what I want to do, man. So I want to thank everybody for the love and support of this show. I want to thank everybody for sticking with me and supporting me and just really being there when I need you, man. Because if there's one thing I could ask of you guys right now, is just give me some good vibes, okay? I need some good vibes, and I need some, you know, I just need some positivity. Because ultimately, what I want to have happen here is I want nothing but positivity, okay? Not only just with my work, but in my personal life as well. And I just want everything to work out. That's all I want. That's all I ask. So thank you guys so much for all your love and support. It does not go unnoticed, and I thank each and every one of you every single time I'm on here, and I can't say that enough. But you guys are really kicking ass with the show. The Patreon, we are well over 300 patrons right now, man. You guys are fucking kicking ass with that. Easily the #1 best way to support this show right now is through Patreon. Patreon.com/JD2Men206. And you guys can donate, pledge as little as $1 a month, man. You guys get off the script early. Not this weekend because I was just taking a break. But normally off the script early on YouTube, you guys will get full access to that 12 hours early, and anything else that I tend to upload that's not going to be immediately uploaded. You guys got exclusive rights to my Discord server, like-minded wrestling fans talking about wrestling-related activities in there. Very respectful, family-friendly, you know, close-knit unit there in Discord. So if you guys want access to that and just the, you know, if you guys feel willingly and up to it to pledge, like I said, as little as $1 a month. We got how many people listening to the show each and every time I upload it, man? If $1 comes from 20,000 people, man, we're good. So that's all I ask of you. It's as little as buying a Snapple iced tea or an Arizona iced tea. So that's the best way for me to put it. That's patreon.com/JD from NY206. Another great way to support the show is through Barbershop Window. Barbershopwindow.com is the official hub of my online shop for all my merchandise. 9 different designs right now. They ship worldwide. $19.99. The JD's Negan t-shirt is on there. Still #1 seller. The Hit List t-shirt, the Get Off My TV Hit List, is on there right now. And I've seen a lot of those in Orlando, man. Thank you guys so much. If you guys want to go check that out, that's barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Great way to support the show and look good while you're doing it. And audibletrial.com/offthescript. A lot of you guys this weekend have cashed in on the AJ Lee book. Thank you so much. Continue to do so. It is a phenomenal way to support the show. Over 180,000 books to choose from, and a lot of those are wrestling related. If you're not into the wrestling themed audio books, there's a ton of stuff on there, man, that would really make you feel good. Like I said, it's free. 30 days to try the service, compatible with iPhone and Android. And no matter if you guys cancel within the 30 days or not, you get to keep your audiobook no matter what, man. So it's going to be there, and it's free. That's audibletrial.com/offthescript. And I'm waiting on feedback. I know I am partnered right now, and I don't know how long I am partnered with them, but I am partnered with WWE Slam Crate. That is a Loot Crate sponsored product. I'm waiting on word for a full Loot Crate sponsorship so I can push not only Slam Crate, but everything Loot Crate provides with a discount code for you guys, and it'll be another great way to support the show. So I'm working on that. Hopefully by the next weekend of Off the Script, I should have all those details ironed out. So look forward to that. That'd be a fourth way to support the podcast, and the support is going to be needed, man. I don't know when this YouTube boycott is going to end, but I know still everybody's revenue is just it's dead. It's bad, and I don't know what's going to happen with that. But hopefully there is a solution in sight. YouTube is aware of the issue. And they're going to be doing whatever they can. And I know all wrestling content creators, from podcasting to even video games, man. I mean, it's a goddamn video game. WWE content creators are being punished. No ads on their video. So hopefully things just work themselves out and YouTube rectifies this issue and all will be good, and we can all live prosperous. So thank you guys for all your continued support, and it means a lot to me, and it's greatly appreciated. Moving on with the show. Let's get on with this, man. Being that we got Raw tonight, Finn Balor update for Raw, quick. I know he was diagnosed with a concussion. WWE did not make light of the issue. We're going to go over that in just a second, but I do want to make an update for you guys right now as it concerns Finn Balor. Balor suffered a concussion last week on Raw in his match against Jinder Mahal. It remained unclear how long Balor will be absent from WWE television. I know that he was supposed to get testing done, and that is exactly what has happened. They took him off all live events. He will be getting tested tonight from Columbus, Ohio. As per PW Insider, Balor is in Columbus for Raw. He will be undergoing some medical testing to see if he is cleared. If he is cleared and everything goes well with the concussion testing, he will be used on Raw in some capacity. I don't know if that's going to be in a physical role. I don't know if he's going to be in a match. They just might have him appear on the show if all goes according to plan. If he fails, he will likely be forced to miss more live events over the next week. We will have a better indication as to where Balor is after Raw is finished tonight. Hopefully that he gets cleared, he is fully recovered, and he doesn't miss any more time, because that's got to suck for him to come back from injury for 8 months and then get injured, and it really wasn't his fault. And to the goons out there who deem Balor injury prone or he's fragile, he really didn't go down to NXT and get hurt at all. There was just minor injuries, minor nagging injuries that would just require a couple days here off of television tapings where he really wasn't needed anyway. But it wasn't one big thing that kept him out for an extended period of time. Even the Seth Rollins spot at SummerSlam last year, you really can't blame Balor for that. It was just a mistimed spot. The spot would have went off well if Seth Rollins was positioned a little bit closer to the barricade instead of launching Balor like a lawn dart, and he landed the wrong way. It's never going to end in a good situation if that's the case. It was just a mistimed thing. You're not going to place blame on Balor. He had no choice. I'm pretty sure he tried to attempt to not get injured there, but it didn't work out that way. Balor is not injury prone. Accidents happen. This is a competitive environment. Every time you step in the ring, no matter where, no matter when, you are prone to getting injured. It's not the fact that Finn Balor is injury prone. And I just hope that he is not injured anymore, and I hope he comes back from that, because it's tough to gauge what WWE is thinking about Balor. They may deem him injury prone, and they might not position him the way that they had originally intended. So it's going to be interesting to see. I will have more later on in the week, whether it's on an extra or whether it's reported on next weekend's Off the Script about Finn Balor. Okay, now, moving on, more about Balor. The reason why WWE did not address the Balor concussion from Raw, and they didn't make mention of it anywhere, it was only reported on the dirt sheets because it's something that happened. You know, Meltzer reported it. They didn't report it on their website, WWE.com. We all know that Balor faced off against Mahal. He was clearly dazed. Something was definitely wrong. He finished the match, ended up doing the coup de grace, but he was completely lights out. You knew something was wrong. It was reported on Tuesday afternoon from PW Insider that Balor had sustained a concussion from the blow by Mahal. WWE is yet to address this issue on their website and through any social media platform. Finn Balor has not addressed the ordeal either. This made many people wonder, why is WWE trying to hide an injury from its fans? Is the report false? And is there any injury at all? It's really all regarding what happened last year with Randy Orton. He just returned after nearly a year away from the WWE over a shoulder injury. In one of his first matches back, he fought Brock Lesnar in the main event of SummerSlam. In this match, we saw Brock go way too far, and bust open Orton the hard way by continuously elbowing him in the head with the point of his elbow. It would cause a concussion for Orton in what many thought was the most obvious diagnosis of all time. WWE really did not acknowledge the concussion. However, despite the fact that it was obvious and various websites had reported on it, in fact, WWE tried to cover up the concussion at that time. They did not allow Orton to work any matches, and when he did end up doing them, it was for a short time. For example, they would book him in a tag team match, and he would just merely stand on the apron without even getting a tag. So it was that type of thing. Or he would come out and make a distraction against whomever, but he wasn't going to get in a physical altercation on Raw or on a house show. So they tried to cover up the concussion. They didn't allow him to work any matches. And WWE even had to cancel a match with him and Bray Wyatt at Backlash last year due to the concussion that he had, and had Bray attack Orton before the match. As you guys remember, he was attacked before the show even started in the hallway of the dressing room. If you guys remember that, I think Bray Wyatt slammed a door on Randy Orton's shoulder or face, something. He was thrown into a door. That's all I remember. And he missed the match. Orton would return, and it seemed WWE felt like they had to repay him, as he would end up winning the Royal Rumble and WWE Championship at WrestleMania 33. I think that's a little bit too much of a payment. I think they overpaid, to be perfectly honest with you. Winning the Royal Rumble, I don't mind, even though I still think WWE could have booked the Royal Rumble much better. They always can, and they always go the opposite direction for whatever reason. But winning the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 33, I think that was a little too much on WWE's behalf. The mentality was from everybody that this was going to build up Bray Wyatt and not push him further down after achieving the heights that we all wanted him to reach. Now he's moved to Raw, and I find that to be a demotion. I find him winning the WWE Championship and then being moved over to Monday Night Raw in a last-ditch effort and at a last-minute decision, which was reported on Part 2, that is a demotion for Bray Wyatt. You can't look at it any other way. He went from being number one on his brand to literally being a 3, 4, at best a 5 on Monday Night Raw. That's what I call a demotion. Okay? Now, winning the championship at WrestleMania 33, it should have been the reverse. Orton should have won the Elimination Chamber, and Bray Wyatt should have won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. I mean, that should have been the way it should have been. Now, if you notice, they have not acknowledged most head injuries that the superstars have sustained for quite a while. The reason has to do with a few things. First, they do not know the extent of how bad someone is hurt with their concussion. It could be a mild concussion for Balor, and they feel he may only miss a few weeks. Finn Balor came out to do promos for a few weeks, too, and with his next opponent apparently set to be Bray Wyatt after he concludes his feud with Randy Orton, he's in luck. Wyatt will take on Randy Orton for the championship at Payback in 3 weeks. Afterward, he could focus on his rivalry with Finn Balor. Balor does not really have to work a match for nearly a month and could still work the match with Wyatt. So WWE does not need to acknowledge anything yet, as Balor may not be out for long. Plus, with him set to probably do promos on television, he won't really be in any sort of a problem state. On top of this issue, WWE is still involved in yet another concussion lawsuit with former WWE talent giving them any sort of public acknowledgement that concussions are still happening a lot in WWE would only help their lawsuit. That said, WWE will probably avoid ever reporting head injuries until they are done with these kinds of lawsuits coming for them. So that is the reason why WWE did not acknowledge it, and I do not blame them whatsoever. All we can hope for is that Finn Balor makes a speedy recovery, and he's back on WWE television because, you know, whether you like him or not, Balor enhances Monday Night Raw, and he stabilizes, he legitimizes, and he just brings a lot of awareness to not only Raw, but the main event scene on Monday Night Raw. And a feud with Bray Wyatt, yeah, in retrospect, you're looking at it, it looks great, it sounds great. You got two guys, you got the Demon versus the Eater of Worlds. I know the whole promotional thing they'll probably go through. Balor will come out at the next pay-per-view dressed in the Demon paint and having him stare down the new face of fear. It's a great marketing thing for WWE. It's going to be a great aesthetic thing for our eyes to see. But is it going to be good in the end for Bray Wyatt? I can't see Bray Wyatt coming out of this on top. I mean, they moved him in a demotion to Monday Night Raw only to start losing again. Just when the guy gets on his 2 feet after years of darkness in mid-card mediocrity, they push him over to Monday Night Raw only to suffer the same fate. I mean, is it really a punishment? Is WWE punishing Bray Wyatt for his comments made that he's frustrated about his character? I don't know. But I mean, if I'm Bray Wyatt, I know I'm going to speak up about, listen, what the fuck is going on here? This is not the way I want to be booked. He knows what he's worth. And WWE is just doing as they please. Just because it pleases them, and it's just a complete slap in the face and disrespect to Bray Wyatt. I mean, how do you go from pinning John Cena and AJ Styles in the same fucking match to going to Monday Night Raw and being 5th best with no possible World Championship title reign in sight? Then you're going to put him in a match against Randy Orton on a Raw pay-per-view when Randy Orton's a Smackdown guy, and it's going to be the blow-off of a feud. Just, you could be a dummy looking at the landscape. Brock Lesnar's the champion on Raw. Bray Wyatt's not going to win the WWE Championship and have the WWE Championship on Raw. You know he's going into this, you know, looking at a loss before it even happens. Doesn't really make much sense as far as WWE goes. And I think it's a huge disservice to Bray Wyatt. He's one of the most intriguing, interesting characters they got, and they have failed for over 4 years to get this guy over and push him properly. You could do anything you want with that gimmick. The guy's got a great look, and I've said this, a great look. He's got the mic skills. He's great in the ring. He's worked his ass off to get his body as trim as could be. Bray Wyatt is money if they want him to be. And WWE is dropping the ball every single time with Bray Wyatt. Moving on here, we got some news and rumors as it concerns WrestleMania 34. I don't know the validity of this source, and it's something that everybody is really hoping for in New Orleans. But we're still a ways away from New Orleans at WrestleMania 34. And the current plan right now is Roman versus Brock for the WWE Universal Championship. The two in 23-2 will go at it because it looks like WWE has their eyes set on the two guys, the only two guys to beat The Undertaker, to be headed for a colossal showdown. It's fucking gay, and it's lame, and it's cheesy, but this is WWE. I don't really think they're going to think any other way about it. But I gave you a booking of Roman Reigns for WrestleMania. I told you it's the top 5 matches of WrestleMania 34 that I think need to happen. And I'd have Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose being all in the same brand. Turn Finn Balor heel. Align him with Gallows and Anderson. Club versus The Shield at WrestleMania 34. I think it works. And it's a great way to appease the fans and this whole Roman Reigns is the big dog thing that they got going on. And what is it with Roman Reigns coming back at the house show? You know, I seen your guys' tweets. The guy was incapacitated. The guy was nearly fucking killed on Monday Night Raw. And Roman Reigns comes back with a separated shoulder to spear Braun Strowman through a table. I mean, give me a fucking break, WWE. You want this guy to get... Oh, and this is exactly what I talked about. How are you going to book Roman Reigns as a Superman and Have him come out every fucking week and have those boos rain down upon him. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. And that is the WWE is their own worst enemy. They just can't stop. Oh, the little kids in the audience got to see Roman Reigns. The fucking goon in the crowd with the program. Oh, Roman! The 50-year-old hag, right? The fucking, the old lady who lives at home who's got no sex life, who thinks she's a fucking cougar. Sagging tits. She's in the crowd. Roman! No. That's who you're appeasing. That's who you're booking Roman for. The people who are looking at this online, they're rolling their eyes in the back of their head. Wasn't this guy diagnosed with a separated shoulder? Wasn't this guy thrown off a loading dock as he was tied up to a stretcher? Wasn't this guy in an ambulance that was overturned by a human being? Speechless. Absolutely speechless. And then they cheer Braun Strowman. They cheer for the destruction of Roman Reigns. Yeah, but this guy's a babyface though, right? Fuck out of here. Anyway. I got people texting me about the Eric Bischoff thing. I'll get back to them when I'm done. With AJ Styles staying on Smackdown in the recent Superstar shakeup, this provides a ton of great matches for the Blue brand going forward. According to a report from Bill Batti, I don't know if that is the proper pronunciation of his name, of the Dirty Sheets podcast. This is a report that he got. Everything else concerning this is merely speculation, so please take this with a grain of salt. I have to report it, and every time I see it, I will report it, because it's something that we all want, unless you're a complete fucking moron. The biggest match for SmackDown Live WrestleMania 34 will be AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. A lot can change over the next several months, so we definitely need to keep an eye on this one to see if it turns out to be true. This is a match that fans have seen before, as it happened at Wrestle Kingdom 10 for New Japan Pro Wrestling. The match was desired by many fans for WrestleMania 33. Instead of AJ facing off against Shane McMahon, Nakamura didn't make his debut until the SmackDown Live after WrestleMania, and AJ versus Shane turned out to be probably the best match on WrestleMania's card that night. WWE would be absolutely insane not to book this match with both of them on the SmackDown Live roster. This is a big money match and warrants a WrestleMania main event, Reigns, and you fucking goons. Let's hope this rumor turns out to be true, and we will see them face off in a WWE ring with the biggest prize in the company on the line. There is no doubt that it would steal the show. We'll be paying attention to that. It really doesn't make any sense not to book it. I mean, it's got WrestleMania main event written all over it. The only thing that worries me is we're in April right now. We got another 12 months to go before WrestleMania 34, and injuries can happen at any given moment. Hopefully, these two guys remain healthy. So that's the only thing I have concerns with. But if you're asking me as a fan, just not even, you don't even have to be a fan of AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. You know that WrestleMania, and I've said this, and I discussed this, and I stressed this in every discussion I had about WrestleMania. It is the showcase of the best talent you have. What is the best talent you have on SmackDown? Not really a rocket scientist. You don't need one to figure that out. Seriously. It's Nakamura and AJ Styles. Put the WWE title on the line. There you go. And do me a favor. Have the Royal Rumble winner main event WrestleMania. Because this ideal, this notion of the Royal Rumble winner main eventing WrestleMania, if he's not main eventing WrestleMania, do not say he's main eventing WrestleMania. So either Nakamura wins the Royal Rumble, right? If he wins the Royal Rumble, he needs to main event WrestleMania. Your winner of the Royal Rumble should main event WrestleMania. And by main event, I mean close the show. Not third from the top, fourth from the top. He needs the main event. Because what you're doing is you're taking a little bit from the Royal Rumble as well. You're not making it as important as it should be. And I don't know why they think that. But whatever the case is, Nakamura and Styles is the best thing for WrestleMania 34. Absolutely. No questions asked. JBL, what is his role moving forward? on SmackDown Live. Much has been made about the recent controversy surrounding JBL. Last week, many fans called for the firing of JBL from WWE after some alleged bullying stories came to light. Fire JBL trended for a few days on social media as fans expressed their displeasure. Amidst the accusations and stories circulating the web, JBL was featured on commentary this week on SmackDown Live. Many fans noticed that JBL was not his typical self on commentary this past week. He didn't insult Byron Saxton and was not playing his typical heel character. According to some rumors circulating, this is a sign that WWE is turning JBL into more of a babyface commentator moving forward. Don't expect him to fully cheer on the good guys, but expect to hear a lot less insults from him. We will essentially be hearing a neutered JBL, at least for the time being. Speaking of neutered, I have to get my fucking cat spayed because she went into heat over the weekend. And try sleeping with a cat that starts grunting and rolling around and meowing all over the place and jumping all over the place looking to get herself out of the house. I can't deal with that shit. So I wish they actually neutered JBL for real. Maybe he'd calm down. But we're looking to get JBL into a more of a babyface role here. Now, don't expect him to fully cheer on the good guys, but expect to hear a lot less insults from him for the time being. We will essentially be hearing a noodle JBL, at least for right now. The idea is that JBL, if he continues to insult everybody while on commentary, it will only fuel the fire in regards to the bullying accusations. It is obvious that WWE is letting all of this blow over, and they don't want to keep giving fans a reason to bring it up. We will get a better idea on this week's SmackDown, but fans should expect a more toned-down version of JBL on Tuesday nights. Listen, you can tone him down. It's not going to go away overnight. Okay, not with Mauro Ranallo throwing shade at fucking JBL on Twitter. So Mauro Ranallo said something on Twitter that I know I seen. Let me check this out. Let me type in his name here. Yeah, let's go to his page. I want to see what he said. He said something. Now he probably deleted it. He probably deleted it. He mentioned something about not making a flight to Japan. Karma is a bitch or some shit like that. I don't know what he said. I don't know when he said it, but he tweets and retweets so much shit that it's probably way down at the bottom. I don't know, man. He threw some shade at fucking JBL. I can't find it right now. I don't want to waste too much more time, but yeah, he did throw some shade at JBL, and WWE's trying to work on a settlement for Mauro so that he doesn't talk about it on social media and in public, at least until his contract runs out on August. I think August 12th is the last day of his contract, but we'll see what happens, man. You know, they treated Mauro wrong, and I don't like that, and it really disheartens me that that WWE had one of the most talented guys, if not the most talented commentator in the business right now, walk away due to bullying tactics of JBL, and that they're not punishing JBL, and that JBL pretty much has a job there and can get away with this type of shit because of his presence, I guess, within the company and his presence on Fox News business. So it's stupid. It's downright favoritism. So I don't understand it. You guys know how I feel about it. I think JBL should definitely be reamed out and reprimanded, and it's not going to go away. People are going to be, every time you see SmackDown, you're going to see Tom Phillips there, and you're going to realize he's not Mauro Ranallo. You know, every time you kick out a fan for a bullying sign or a JBL sign or we love you Mauro signs, it's not going to go away. People do not forget, okay? It's going to be an issue. You can dumb it down as much as you want, but JBL, after this, for the time being at least, has tarnished his reputation. Will he come back from it? Will it go away? I don't know. It could. But as of right now, he will be known for what he did to Mauro Ranallo, and it's not going to go away no matter how you dumb down his character on television. Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock rejected for the WWE Hall of Fame. Wrestling fans will recognize the name Ken Shamrock from his time in WWE from 1997 until 1999. Fans of mixed martial arts will recognize Shamrock from his very successful career in the sport, which includes an induction into the UFC Hall of Fame. According to some recent rumors, Shamrock is looking to join another Hall of Fame, this time in the world of professional wrestling. According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE has no interest in inducting Shamrock into the WWE Hall of Fame. Shamrock himself has apparently reached out to the company a few times about a potential induction, but the WWE has not shown any interest. Shamrock is a former Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion in the WWE. He also won the King of the Ring back in 1998. Some will argue that Shamrock has not done enough to warrant a spot in the Hall of Fame based on his few years with the company. He left in 1999 to go back to MMA, and if he would have stayed a few more years, it would have been a lock for the Hall of Fame. Listen, as far as what Ken Shamrock did for the WWE through 97 and 99, he picked up very well. He was entertaining. He was a great fit. He learned very quickly, and that showed. And I was a big fan of what Ken Shamrock brought to the table. But as far as accolades go, I don't think he's Hall of Fame worthy. I mean, an Intercontinental Championship reign here, a Tag Team Championship reign there, winning the King of the Ring there. I mean, he's not one of these guys who went on a multi-time World Championship title run. You know, he had a presence in the company that was, you know, he worked his ass off to come from the UFC and mixed martial arts to really do well and hone his skill in the WWE, because it's two different worlds. Based on that fact alone, I don't think he's Hall of Fame worthy. If you're asking me, you know, I don't think Ken Shamrock is Hall of Fame. Not everybody's going to make the Hall of Fame. You can argue that, but based on his accolades alone, he's not Hall of Fame worthy. If you want to make the effort and vouch for him about, you know, coming from mixed martial arts and doing so well in the WWE, I don't even think that is worthy of a Hall of Fame induction. But the Hall of Fame induction is all political. It's either they want you or they don't. You know, it's not up to Shamrock to call. If they don't want you right now, they don't want you right now. You know, they got a list of people who, I'm pretty sure there's a list already of people who they want in next year's Hall of Fame. You know, people are vouching for China to be in the Hall of Fame. It's not going to happen overnight. People are vouching for Owen Hart. He should be, but the lawsuit with his wife and the Hart family and this and that, you know, there's no way around it. Macho Man should have been in the Hall of Fame while he was alive. No reason why they didn't do it. Ravishing Rick Rude, finally in the Hall of Fame. It's when they want you. It's not because you want them in. It's because when they want you. When is Demolition going in? You know, that's another one. So, it's all a political bullshit, you know, environment with the Hall of Fame. That's all it is. It's fun. It's great to see them recognized for their talents, but the Hall of Fame, honestly, is a political agenda by WWE, and it's just one of those things that generates revenue for WrestleMania weekend. That's all it is. If they could sell tickets and get you in the seats to watch people get inducted and give speeches all night, that's all they care about. That's all they care about. That's all it is. So, like I said, Shamrock, I don't think is worthy of a Hall of Fame induction. 205 Live, struggling on the WWE Network. 205 Live airs every week after Smackdown Live and is a platform for the cruiserweights to shine. The show premiered in late November 2016, and members of the show have put on solid matches since the brand's inception. The problem is it doesn't seem to have many fans sticking around after Smackdown Live to watch the show. Again, this is not a fucking rocket scientist situation. You know why fans are not sticking around. Fix it. According to Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio, 205 Live has been performing very poorly on the WWE Network. The show is apparently being beaten weekly-wise by NXT, a show that is taped. It appears that a large chunk of fans aren't changing the channel after SmackDown Live to follow along. Neither am I. This is really a shame considering the 205 Live roster is consistently putting on solid matches that are being missed by a large majority of the fans. There are some mixed responses regarding SmackDown Live crowds in person and 205 Live. In some cases, we've heard that a solid chunk of the crowd stick around to watch 205 Live after SmackDown. In other arenas, there are a ton of visible empty seats, and a lot of fans leave after the original SmackDown tapings. Meltzer noted that taping the show before SmackDown Live begins could help from a crowd reaction standpoint. This doesn't mean that the show is getting canceled anytime soon. It just signifies that the show isn't performing well as expected and possible change is needed. You know, that's one thing That's one thing that's been discussed. Tape it before SmackDown Live, when people are there and in the seats and ready to go. It won't be live, but who cares? It's 205 live. That would be a great way. Crowd will be a little bit more energetic. You know, after sitting through 2 hours of SmackDown, they might be burnt out. You know, they might not be enthused. You know, I mean, I don't blame the people for leaving. If you are not invested in a Mustafa Ali, if you're not invested in a Tony Nese, who the fuck are these guys? If you're not invested in those characters, you're not going to stick around to watch those characters. You're just simply watching on the network. But they're not getting ratings and numbers on the network either. People just don't care. So my solution for this is to tape the show or make it live, whichever you prefer. You know, I heard rumors early on, or at the turn of the new year, probably at the tail end of 2016, that NXT possibly might be going live in 2017. I would be all for that. I'd much rather have a live show of NXT than watch it taped. It's more exciting that way. We all called for SmackDown to be live, and look at the way the show positions itself compared to when it was taped every week. I didn't watch SmackDown when it was taped every week. I read the spoilers. If nothing big happened, I don't watch it. You know? I didn't care. The fact that they were piping in audience sounds and boos and this and that, and the crowd was just completely altered. It wasn't genuine and organic. You know? There was no reason for me to watch it. I would cringe every time I see that. Roman Reigns is booed out of the fucking building everywhere he goes. He walks out on SmackDown. Crowd is fucking cheering him like he's Hulk Hogan back in the 90s. Doesn't work that way. They either need to do it before SmackDown, where fans are a little bit more invested and enthusiastic and energetic, where people are going to be there for the taping, or you make it live along with NXT live as a back-to-back block on Wednesday nights in front of the more intimate crowd. The Full Sail crowd would be more appreciative than Bumblefuck Town in the middle of Tennessee nowhere. That's just common logic. So hopefully they do come up with a solution, because I don't want to see these guys, you know, not recognized for their hard work. Because from what I've seen of 205 Live, it has been good. The main events they've been putting on have been good. And Neville and the transformation that he made, and Austin Aries giving that brand recognition, they should be recognized. I think the more intimate crowd would do them good, but it's all up to WWE to pull the trigger on these proposed changes instead of letting these guys go out there after SmackDown Live and just, you know, drown. And then they want to point the blame. Don't point the blame. Fix what's the problem, and then if it's still to blame, come up with another solution. Right now it's not working. There are solutions. Go with them. Simple. Rusev and Lana on SmackDown Live. What is the proposed plan? We know Lana had some vignettes. Rusev is battling an injury. He should be back in 2 to 3 months. Both Rusev and Lana were moved from Raw to SmackDown Live in the recent Superstar shakeup, which should be good for Rusev, because he's got all the talent in the world to succeed. And any brand he's going to be on that doesn't include Roman Reigns, I think will do him very well. The interesting part of their change to the blue brand was that WWE announced their moves to SmackDown Live separately. Rusev received a brief mention by the SmackDown Live announce crew. Lana, on the other hand, received a full vignette advertising her joining the SmackDown Live women's division. There are some rumors circulating that Rusev and Lana will be kept separate from each other on SmackDown Live. Them receiving separate mentions this past week is an indication that WWE could be splitting them up on screen. The idea is to allow Lana to become her own entity in the women's division and break away from her role as Rusev's valet. Rusev is currently on the shelf as he recovers from a shoulder injury. He isn't expected back to the ring for another couple of months. Now, it's been noted that all indications seem to point to Lana wrestling for SmackDown Live and the women's division. She's been working at NXT Live events and at the Performance Center for the past several months to try and improve inside the ring. Her vignette featured her dancing, which could be an indication of her gimmick moving forward. We will have to wait and see what ends up happening. This doesn't mean that they won't pair her and Rusev together in the future. It just means that they might try to allow Lana to establish herself inside the ring over the next few months. You know, Honestly, Rusev doesn't even need Lana at this point. I think he is more than capable of handling himself on the microphone. It might be a good reset for both of them. Rusev establishes himself and he comes back in a big way, stakes his claim and marks his territory on SmackDown for the U.S. title or maybe a world title. I don't know. Maybe they build him back up. They have him, go through guys left and right, and they built him up as a dominant force again. Lana, he doesn't necessarily need her. I mean, aesthetically, he gave Rusev something good with the pairing, but I don't think Lana really needs to be with Rusev. I don't think Rusev really needs Lana, But if Lana can get over on her own and she can prove to everybody, all the naysayers, including me, that she's worked her ass off and is decent in the ring, then I don't mind her being in the women's division on her own. More power to her. The more talent you have, the better. Use it. But Rusev, all I want is for him to come back strong. I think Rusev's got the capability of being a very, very good mid-card or mid to upper level type heel in WWE, and he's been a victim of stop and start pushes. He's been a victim of the Roman Reigns initiative. You got to give this guy a chance. Moving away from Monday Night Raw could be a blessing for Rusev and guys like Sami Zayn. So they will thrive. Guys like the Shining Stars, which, I don't like the Shining Stars. I want to see them succeed because the more talent you got that you're going to get over and position nicely, the better. Give these guys a chance. Everybody deserves a second chance. If you don't give them the chance, you never know how it's going to end up. We'll have to wait and see what ends up happening. This doesn't mean that they won't pair them together in the future, but like I said, if Lana is able to establish herself in the women's division, it could certainly use it. That's just my take on that. Original plans for Carmella and the Superstar shakeup. Ever since getting drafted by Smackdown Live last year, Carmella has shown significant improvement as a WWE superstar, minus the next to zero reaction that she gets coming out. She has solidified herself as a top female on SmackDown's roster, and hopefully it will get better as time passes. Carmella didn't move to Monday night during the Superstar shakeup and will stick around on SmackDown. According to some rumors that are circulating, this wasn't the original plan for Carmella, and I had in my notes, my mock shakeup, I would have moved Carmella to Raw and realign herself with Enzo and Cass so that she could rub off on them because she's getting nothing right now on SmackDown with Ellsworthless, and then have her be in the women's division and use some of that rub and some of that popularity being with Enzo and Cass, who are so over, and have that transition into the women's division. That's what I would have did. Now, she was supposed to go to Raw in the Superstar shakeup, but at the last moment, WWE changed the plans to Mickie James moving forward, giving Raw Women's Division a veteran presence. The idea was that Carmella would have been reunited with Enzo and Cass, the team that she used to manage in NXT. The idea was going to be that Carmella had solidified herself as a great talent on her own, and a partnership between her, Enzo, and Cass would be great for all three. She was used mainly as a cheerleader for the team, but with her improvement inside the ring, she would have been able to serve as much more than just their manager on Raw. Now that Carmella is staying on SmackDown, we know that WWE has scrapped those plans. This does not look good for a reunion in the future for the group, though. It does look good for a reunion in the future for all three. Carmella is only going to keep improving as time passes and could see herself jump into the women's title picture in the near future. It would have made sense. That's all I have to say about that. I don't know where she's going to be as far as SmackDown Live's women's division. I don't see her challenging for any titles soon. I think she still needs to work on the in-ring aspect of her makeup, and she needs to get away from Ellsworth. She needs to get away from him. He is not doing her any favors at all. So a move to Monday Night Raw I thought would have been the best move for Carmella, but it did not happen, and they're going to continue to slowly build her up on SmackDown Live. So that was that. Those are all the rumors there for WWE. What else do I got here? Let me see. There was, I know there's news on Hideo Itami that I have. I have it right here. And then we're going to talk about this shitty situation with Lana, where she was violated at Boston Logan International Airport by the TSA. These are the last two stories we'll go over here. For Off the Script. NXT is searching for another new babyface. We all know Nakamura is on SmackDown now. Based on the successes of his two previous top babyfaces, Nakamura and Finn Balor, Triple H is looking to find someone to fill those big shoes. Right now, there are a few names on the table with someone needing to rise to the top. One name is Cassius Ohno, who still has a strong reaction with the crowd. Fans across the country positively react to him when his music hits, and they love his acrobatic style while in the ring. However, since his return to NXT, creative doesn't seem to have much stock in him being the top guy as of right now. A lot of factors can certainly play a part in that. We just don't know. I know I love his in-ring work. I'm just not a fan of the overall makeup that is Cassius Ohno. At first, he was inserted into the NXT Championship hunt to rival Bobby Roode. However, his rank has faded since then, and he came up on the losing end in a mixed tag team match against Sanity over at TakeOver Orlando while keeping on his Ohno jersey. Another name is Drew McIntyre, who was scheduled to start competing on NXT, or has been competing on NXT television as of this past week against Oney Lorcan. He was at NXT TakeOver Orlando, and he confirmed that he has signed with the WWE. Obtaining a great level of popularity in numerous promotions such as Impact, Evolve, ICW, 5-Star Wrestling, McIntyre's stock rose significantly since his departure in WWE, or from WWE in 2014. The Wrestling Observer newsletter went into detail regarding McIntyre's last-minute deal and him being a top name for the ITV project. And I quote from Meltzer, "The Galloway deal was put together at the last minute and wasn't finalized until Saturday morning. That takeover. Galloway was not earmarked as one of those names for the ITV project, perhaps due to the UK television exclusivity aspect of the contract, because aside from the crew that worked the first tapings, they want guys for the project where Galloway, Magnus, who will be there and has returned to TNA, and Will Ospreay, who was not on the list of talent appearing, likely because of the Ring of Honor contracts, not allowing people to work on a show that's basically put together by Impact. Based on recent other reports, McIntyre's deal is only for 1 year, so WWE may not be investing too much into him, at least for right now. As a result of WWE not wanting to fully invest in Ohno or McIntyre at the present time, this leaves other names to be considered. From information posted from Meltzer of F4W Online, the next big feud for Roode seems to be Hideo Itami. Since debuting in NXT, Itami has experienced a very difficult time staying healthy to be considered a top name for the company. In his absence, both Balor and Nakamura have both won the NXT Championship as the top babyface, and they also ascended to the main roster. Balor has even won the WWE Universal Championship, being the first one to claim that prize. WWE tried to push Balor before, as he was the representative of NXT in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal after winning the right to be in the match. As shown in the WWE Network's behind-the-scenes footage of WrestleMania 31, this was a surreal moment for Itami, as he worked his entire career to get that moment at WrestleMania. As a sign of respect, many main roster wrestlers, including veterans, came to Itami after the match backstage to congratulate him. Hopefully Itami, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he received a standing ovation from the crowd just being there, which was great. Hopefully Itami can avoid the injury bug and show WWE and NXT and the audience how talented he really is. For those who followed Itami when he was Kenta, the feeling is if he stays healthy, the ascension to the top of NXT will be much sooner than later. Now that's someone you got to be worried about catching the injury bug. Not Finn Balor. You know, Itami's been on the bad luck string of injuries. Hopefully it's over. Hopefully he comes back and he shows WWE that he's strong. I've been waiting for his ascent. Crowd reacts to him. He's got a great look. He's got the entrance. He's got the theme. You know, I think he and Bobby Roode can have a great match. And he's not been on TV enough for fans to invest and get behind his character. He always comes back and then 2 weeks, out again for another 4 months. Can't have that happen. He's got to be back, and I could certainly see him battling Bobby Roode for the title. I could see him and Galloway battling for the title. I think NXT's top of the card is going to look very good in a couple of months. Itami, Galloway, Ohno. You got Bobby Roode. You got Aleister Black. You got Adam Cole coming in, which I'm sure of. So there's going to be a lot of competition at the top. Do not worry. Like I said, NXT is going to look vastly different. Hopefully Itami stays healthy and WWE can really give us the NXT that we all have been wanting for the last year and a half, 2 years, man. So hopefully things get better. Finally, guys, we're going to end with this one. Lana violated by Boston Logan Airport and the TSA unit. WWE superstar Lana may be getting her husband Rusev to crush the TSA as they violated her on Wednesday after Smackdown trying to fly out of Boston. According to Ryan Satin of Pro Wrestling Sheet, Lana was apparently leaving on Wednesday from Boston when she went through the Boston Logan International Airport. It was here that Lana reportedly felt violated by one of the TSA employees. Most assume it was not a woman, but a man who allegedly went too far in his security check. However, the gender of the employee was not disclosed. Lana went online to let the world know of her issue with the airport, saying on Twitter, "The most inappropriate behavior at Boston Logan TSA is doing to me. I never felt this violated in my entire life." End quote. Obviously, this was a black eye on the airport, which is why they quickly apologized over the incident and even claimed Lana could report her issue with the TSA in a link that they provided. They said, "We apologize for the poor treatment. You can report to @AskTSA online." Now, of course, they provided the link where a complaint involving the TSA could be filed. Wrestling Online spoke with a representative from the TSA who was told at the website that TSA is aware of these allegations and they reached out to the passenger and plan to communicate with her directly. So, I don't know what's going on here. Honestly, I would not be surprised. Yeah, you'd be surprised, man. This guy was probably a fucking closet fan. He recognized who Lana was. And being that he is in a position of power there, because you got to do what they say, otherwise you're not getting on the fucking flight. You know, he took his job and his position a little too seriously. And he thought he could get away with it. He's like, "Oh, look, I know Lana. Lana's fucking attractive. Look at this. A beautiful woman walking through fucking airport security. Let me do this and see." And, you know, he wanted to get away with it. Thought he could get away with it. It's fucked up. Lana, clearly a victim of her celebrity here. And hopefully this guy is reprimanded because that's fucked up. That's fucked up. And if I was Rusev, I would, yes, crush this guy. Literally. So hopefully she gets all this settled and that guy is reprimanded severely, because for him to go out of his way and abuse his power because of who Lana is fucked up. It's fucked up. Treat everybody as an equal. She's got places to go and a job to do. Don't make it more difficult for her. She's probably already under enough stress. So that's just my take on that. And that is off the script, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We're about an hour in here, and I hope you enjoyed what I provided here today, right before we hit Monday Night Raw tonight. I will be live tweeting on Monday Night Raw, and I want to thank everybody for showing your love and support. I want to thank everybody that has reached out to me over the weekend. And if there's one thing that I ask of you guys, and I don't want to get emotional here because I want to appear strong, okay? I have several good people in my life fighting for me right now and going to bat for me. All I ask of you collectively, okay? There's things that I fucked up in life, and there's things that I wish that I could take back. Things that really made me act as if I am a completely different person, and I'm not. I know the kind of person I am, and I know the kind of person that I could be. I just want my life to go back to normal, man. I want to feel good. I want to come on here and be excited. I want to come on here and not feel the urge to cry because of things that are happening in my life. I want, and I would appreciate if everybody, by the end of the night, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, after the video ends, just pray. Pray that whatever I'm hoping for comes back stronger than ever. Pray that I remain strong and hopeful that things work out. That's all I can ask. Because I don't want to come on here and be half of the JD that you know. Right now I'm feeling like half a person, and I don't know if you guys can gauge whether I was JD or not in this video. I tried my best, and you know, I'm trying to use this as a therapeutic outlet for myself. That's why I decided to upload. But I just want your positivity, and I want your thoughts and prayers. And just pray that whatever I'm feeling inside right now does not go to waste. I want it to come out, and I want it to be expressed, and I want it to be shared. And all I want as a person is a second chance. I want a second chance, and I want to prove not only to myself, but everybody, that all your prayers and all your worry will be justified. So I would appreciate that, guys, very much, please. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I love you all. And I will be tweeting during Monday Night Raw, and I'll be right back here tonight for Monday Night Raw review. Until then, check the description for every possible way to support the podcast. You guys know what to do. I don't need to reiterate it again. Check out the IRWnetwork.com. JD going to be on Eric Bischoff's platform very soon. You guys got up until June 1st to sign up and check the site out for free. Please do so. And I will have more news on that in the weeks to come. Thank you all for really making this show what it is. And I will see you all later tonight for Monday Night Raw. I am JD. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you all later. Have a great day. And I'll see you soon.